Hey there, it's Coach Nancy. Have we got a video for you today? Today we're bringing you 2 fast eat to live smoothie recipes. This one is a blast from the past and we hope you'll enjoy.
Peach pineapple carrot smoothie. It's going to be totally delicious. So I always start with about 1 heart of romaine, something mild like green leaf or red leaf lettuce or romaine, something like that. And I always add 1 or 2 cups of something cruciferous. Stop looking at me like that.
Look at the camera. I'm trying to keep laughing.
No, that's not I'm laughing.
Okay, I'll look down.
It doesn't matter.
All right, then.
I just laugh at you anyway. Okay. Plus 1 or 2 cups of something cruciferous, like, oh my god, like kale or cabbage or collard greens. And that I like to use a little bit of that because it won't give you too much of the flavor, but it will still give you some good anti-cancer cruciferous phytonutrients, okay? So I always start off with this heart like this. Now, I have been criticized before for not washing some of my produce sometimes, and I am okay with that criticism. All I usually do is wash the outside leaves of this. So I'm just gonna take this over to the sink. Just give these a rinse, just the outside ones, and not even do a very good job. That's just all I do. Criticize me if you want, but this is real life, people, real life. So I start by putting that in there, and I just kind of break up the rest of the heart of romaine, put that in there. Then I have a head of regular cabbage here. So all I'm gonna do is just take my mandolin slicer here and just slice up about 1 or 2 cups of it. Just kind of spinning it around. And this is a really fast way to get some for a salad too. That's about 1 or 2 cups. I'm not even gonna measure, I have my cup here, but you can see it's about 1 cup plus the rest, good enough. Typically what I'll do when I'm making a smoothie is I'll start off with just like a full blenderful of greens, whatever greens you're using, and that's kind of how I measure it. Really loosely packed, nothing special, you don't have to be precise, but just so you're getting enough greens. And I think that, personally I think, and I've seen this with a lot of my 21-day challengers who are doing the 21-day challenges that I put together, that when we have enough greens and we're starting off with smoothies and then we have greens in the smoothies, lots of them, plus tons of greens in the salad, that really helps to keep our calories low, keep our nutrients super high, and keep our bellies full with fiber and all the, you know, wonderful nutrients and everything. So we just feel a lot more satiated than we would if we were having just a little bit of this stuff. So this is really the quantity of stuff that I think is important for us to eat so that we can get all those wonderful benefits, okay? And if you are interested in doing another 21-day challenge with me, we're starting one really, really soon. So make sure you sign up. There's gonna be hundreds of us doing this one. Sign up at thewateringmouth.com/FreshStart2019. You'll be notified really soon. And if you're watching this video much later, don't worry, there's gonna be another one coming up whenever you're watching this too, okay? So make sure you sign up and I will notify you as soon as I can of the next challenge. Okay, so I always start by putting the greens in, and then I put my milk in. I always do like about a cup of non-dairy milk-ish, and then I blend first. So we got our greens there. So we're going to put the rest of our stuff in. So I have a container here of ground flaxseed that I always keep in the fridge, and that way I can just put 1 tablespoon in every time I have a smoothie, or I can like sprinkle it on my salad or sprinkle it over some fruit or whatever, to make sure I have that ready to go, ground up from whole flax seeds myself. If you're curious, I have a video about flax seeds that tells you everything you need to know about flax, how to use it, how to store it, how to grind it, all that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna put a ½ cup of carrots in this one to get some extra phytonutrients. This is all I have is baby carrots, so that's what we're using today. Just put that in there. Then I'm gonna put in 1 frozen ripe banana. Now I always have frozen ripe bananas in my freezer ready to go for smoothies or banana ice cream or anything like that. On a typical day, you'll see like 10 or 15 bananas piled up in our house that are just kind of going brown, getting ready for smoothies to be frozen. I'm gonna do 1 cup of frozen pineapple. Then I'm gonna do a cup of frozen peaches. Something like that. And then we blend. So because there's so much frozen fruit in here, I'm gonna have to add some more water to get it to blend. You can always add as much or as little water as you want to get whatever consistency you like. I always like to start out with 1 cup of non-dairy milk just to give it a creamier feel no matter which smoothie I make. And then I make up for the rest of the liquid with water. So I usually end up pouring like up to almost the level of fruit that's in there, and then I blend. So important to have a Vitamix, you guys. If you can get one, this is the best purchase that you'll make on your nutritarian journey. No, like for reals, no matter what. This was the first thing that I bought, even before I bought a fancy knife or anything like that. I bought a blender. They can be a little bit expensive, $300-400, but they are so worth it because you won't buy another one. They will handle anything, and they really make smoothies and salad dressings and soups and things like that so creamy. It just really, really makes a big difference, okay? I'm not even a spokesperson for them. I just 100% believe in the fact that you need a high-speed blender like this at some point soon so you can enjoy your meals as much as possible. So you can see that this is actually made a 50-ounce smoothie, guys. That's because of the amount of water I put in it. So if you put less water, and you can have a smaller smoothie, of course, but this is like a lot of smoothie here to start out with. So you can start with a really huge smoothie, 20-30 ounces for breakfast, feel super full, feel really happy, and still have a bunch left over for dinner, no problem. Okay, so I'm notorious for not using up my lemons and limes quick enough. This is actually a lime and it looks terrible, but I'm still gonna put it into my smoothie because it's good enough on the inside. I'm gonna cut off the peel and I'm just gonna put the whole lime into the blender. I'm not gonna worry too much about seeds, but you could easily just, if you were using a lemon, you could use a lemon too, but you could easily just cut it in half and start to pick the seeds out a little bit and then put it in, but it doesn't look like this one has any anyways. I'm gonna throw that in there. I like to just take the peels and squeeze that juice that's left over here, right into the smoothie. Okay, now I'm gonna blend this back up. Okay, so we have our final product here. Bon appetit, happy breakfast.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. This is really refreshing, I really like it. Look at how much this is, you guys. This is like 32 ounces, 32 ounces here. You're not gonna get hungry for a while after you have this one. You can sip this throughout the morning if you want, but I tend to just chug this and then wait 3-4 hours to have lunch around noonish, and then everybody's happy, okay? I usually have smoothies in the morning because I can get tons of greens in and lots of really good vegetables first thing. So the thing is, it's October, November right now, and it's really starting to get cold, and I don't usually want a cold smoothie at this time. So I've started to make these warm smoothies, and this one today is called my warm apple cobbler smoothie. So I'm gonna show you how I make this one. It's kind of necessary that you have a super high speed blender like the Vitamix. This is my blender here, and it can go so fast and it has such a strong motor, like 2 horsepower or something, that if you leave the smoothie mixture in there for like 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time, it starts to actually warm it up. That's how you can make soup and stuff from scratch as well. It'll actually warm it up itself. So I use that to make the smoothie warm, and then it's really nice and cozy, and I love the flavors. So I'll show you how I make it. Okay, so I always like to start out with dates because they're super sweet. I'm gonna just use 2 dates for this recipe. If you're not so much into sweetness, you don't have to use dates at all, but I use 2 medjool dates, so I just throw those in the blender. Then I always add my greens. So today I'm using baby romaine. I'm gonna put a bunch of this in here because the whole point of this smoothie is so that you can get greens in the morning. Then I've got kale, so you can just slide your hand down the stem and it will get that kale off the stem. I don't like to use stems just because they're pretty bitter. So I slide like that, slide like this, put the kale in. Well, I usually use almond milk in my smoothies, so I'm gonna add about a cup. So this is basically the base I use for every smoothie I ever make. It's usually dates plus greens plus almond milk. I start there and then I build other flavors on top of that. You can switch up the types of greens you use. You can not use dates and more different fruit or whatever you like, but just make sure you get a lot of those greens in there. That's where all those nutrients come from. And having a blender like the Vitamix ensures that you're going to be getting a lot more of those nutrients, breaking down all those cell walls in the greens. Ground flaxseed in my smoothies. That's an ingredient you want to be eating every single day. Ground flaxseed, great for anti-cancer purposes. Now this one is a warm apple cobbler smoothie. So here's what I put in for that. An apple, a whole banana. And then the secret couple ingredients here that really give it that flavor is oatmeal, and this is just raw rolled oats. Cinnamon. Oops, I forgot one ingredient, and that is 2 tablespoons of raw unsalted walnuts, which gives it a really nice nutty flavor and some good fat. Some people might have a little bit of trouble digesting raw oatmeal, so feel free to put cooked oatmeal in. Then you can use like 1/3 cup or 1/2 cup cooked. And this is the part where I turn it on high and let it run for about 3 or 4 minutes so it will warm it up a bit. And you can't see it, but it is steaming a little bit, so it's not hot, it's just warm. Oh, that's so good. Nice and warm, and it's got a really nice flavor from that oatmeal. It makes it taste like the cobbler.
So, how was that? You think you'll like those recipes? Be sure to go to thewateringmouth.com/cheat sheets and get your PDFs today. Also, are you finding it hard to eat to live? Would you like some support for this lifestyle? Well, I can help. Apply now for a mini session, and we can talk about how I can help you reach your goals. Go now to thewateringmouth.com/coachwithnancy and fill out an application. I look forward to helping you.